Archimedes' principle is discovered by a mathematician named Archimedes. He discovered when he got into a bathtub and realized that the level of water went up. It is also can be seen when object placed in or on a fluid, the fluid exerts a buoyancy force on it which act upward. So that Archimedes' principle states that the buoyant force applied by the fluid is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid.
Next, Archimedes' principle also come with their own equation, which is F equal to rho Vg, which is F is equal to buoyant force, rho is the density of the liquid, V is the volume of displaced liquid, and G is the gravitational field strength.
Next, we will tell you guys about the application of Archimedes' principle toward ship. Ship is one of the many things that obey buoyancy force. Before we explain more detail about the application, we will tell you guys about the concept of buoyancy force. Archimedes' principle states that the upward buoyancy force that exerted on a body immersed in a fluid, whether fully or partially, is equal to the weight of the body displaces. Now I will explain about why the ship float. A ship has a long and wide base due to which the amount and the weight of the water displaced by it increase. According to the buoyancy principle, the buoyancy force is equal to the weight of the displacement liquid. I will tell you guys about the buoyancy force in the small scale. As you can see, when the boat was pushed down until it almost under the surface of the water, the weight of the displacement water will be increased and buoyancy force will be increased and the ship will float.
As a result, any object in any fluid experiences a buoyant force. The object will rise to the surface and float if the buoyant force is greater than its weight. The object will sink if the buoyant force is less than its weight. The object will remain suspended at that depth if the buoyant force equals the object's weight. Whether an object floats, sinks, or remains suspended, the buoyant force is always present in a fluid. Lastly, the knowledge of Archimedes' principles can be used to solve problems arises within the buoyancy application. The knowledge of Archimedes' principles are used to apply in the design of ships using buoyancy application. The Archimedes' principles is used to keep a large ship afloat. And the Archimedes' principles can be used to forecast whether an object will float or sink. A physicist can now explain how a massive aircraft carrier, commerce ship, or cruise ship may float, even if it is built of materials with a density greater than that of water, such as steel. The buoyant force on the ship will overcome gravity's downward pull as long as the volume of water displaced by the boat is equal to the weight of the ship. Before we end this video, we will show a simulation of how Titanic ship sank.